A great night of boxing in Belfast. We get into all that next. Please help us get to 1,000 subscribers. Hit the like and subscribe button. Please help us get to that 1,000 mark. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome to another episode of Sunday Morning Champion. A great night from the big guy to the little guy in Belfast, Northern Ireland last night. Let's start with Tyson Fury. Picked up a dominant and mostly uneventful 100-90 shutout decision over Francesca Pianetta. A lot of reaction to Tyson Fury. A lot of people saying he looked great. A lot of people really hyped. A lot of people think he's going to get knocked out by Wilder, and he's not ready. I thought Fury looked okay. I don't think he's all the way back, nor will he be by mid-November when he takes on Wilder for the WBC strap. The only question is, will he be back enough to beat Wilder? Like I said, the 2015 Tyson Fury, the Tyson Fury that dominated Vlad Klitschko, beats Wilder. Dominates him too. This is not the version of Tyson Fury that we saw yesterday, and it's probably not going to be the Tyson Fury that we see in November against Deontay Wilder. Will we ever get him back to that form? Who knows? He did a lot of abuse to his body. Not great stuff there. I thought Fury looked okay. Let's break down his performance. I wasn't overly impressed. I'd give him, C+, maybe a B-. I thought he did things well. But he didn't look as sharp or crisp. You could see the jab. He was flicking it out there. The combinations, he was throwing in bunches, in spots. He threw a nice combination in spots. But you saw him getting hit. The head movement, the reaction time is what it was, right? I thought he looked a bit slow with the reaction time. You saw him getting hit with shots that if Wilder hits him with, he'll be in a lot of trouble. Now he's got 3 months. He's got 12 weeks to get ready for Deontay Wilder. I don't know how much this Pianetta fight gets him ready for Wilder. The last fight with Sefer Safari did absolutely nothing to get him ready. This did little. It's a real fighter. But he was outclassed, and Fury played with him. He got 10 rounds in. It looked like if Fury really wanted to, that he probably could have stepped on the gas and stopped him, but he had no interest in that. He wanted to pick up the rounds and walk through, do a rehearsal, get rounds under his belt and get himself ready for a showdown with Wilder. I think that he can outbox Wilder. I think he saw that. The head movement is still pretty good. He can slip punches well. He throws punches. He lands. He wasn't landing as clean. It just looks like an older version of Fury. And I know he's only 30, so he's not old. He's just in his prime. But I'm not making an official prediction yet. He did things well. He flicked the jab. He was on his feet. He looked okay. He just didn't look like the Fury we had seen in 2014 and 2015. I don't think he's there yet. It looks like he just looks a little aged. That's the best word that I can use to describe it. But we are going to get this fight. They said it's official. Tyson Fury said to send me a contract. I sent them a contract, and they're going to make this fight. I'm really, really into this. This is big news. I'm super excited for this fight. I'm excited to see an American in a heavyweight fight, a heavyweight title fight that really matters. You had the WBC, the green belt holder, the most recognizable belt in the sport, taking on the lineal champ. And I've heard people say they don't like that. Look, he's the lineal champ. No one's beaten him. He's undefeated. He's the man who beat the man. Yes, he's not an official belt holder or an official world champion, but he hasn't lost. No one's taken his belt. So he's still the man. Anthony Joshua, you could argue he's just a paper champion now. So look, Joshua obviously has 3 of the 4 belts, 4 of the 5 if you count the IBO, which I certainly do not. So yeah, Joshua has his claim to the heavyweight stake, but it's not lineal. It's not, beating Charles Martin and whatever, and Joseph Parker does not make you the lineal heavyweight champion of the world. Beating Vlad Klitschko did, and if Wilder beats Tyson Fury, that will make him the heavyweight champion of the world. So this is a big fight. This is big. I don't know how big of a pay-per-view draw this will be, but I'm guessing it will do rather well. My guess is that this will do about 400,000 to 500,000 pay-per-view sales, both I'm guessing it's going to hit around a $500,000. I really do. Um, both these guys can hype this fight. Both these guys can sell this fight. Wilder's power is a draw. He's getting bigger numbers, bigger ratings domestically. Fury is obviously a huge draw in both the UK and the United States. I've said many times that this fight in the United States is bigger than Wilder and Fury. I mean, bigger than Wilder and Anthony Joshua. Wilder Fury is a bigger sell in the U.S. than is Wilder Fury is a bigger sell in the U.S. than is Wilder and AJ. It's going to be real interesting to see, because I think Fury can sit and outbox him. Wilder's going to be in the ring with actually a bigger guy. That's something he's not accustomed to. He's going to be in the ring with someone who can beat him to the punch, something he's not accustomed to. This is going to be a real interesting fight. Again, Tyson Fury looked a little bit easier to hit than he did when he was at his best, and it only takes one with Wilder, so you're always going to have that sitting. That's always there. That he's always going to have the puncher's chance, and he obviously has the ability to land that shot. Except, if Fury stays on his feet, it is harder to hit a moving target than it is a stationary target. Tyson Fury is not Gerald Washington. He's not Luis Ortiz. He's not going to come in flat-footed. He's going to be bouncing around. He's going to be firing that jab. He's going to be firing combinations in your face. He's not going to let Wilder get comfortable. He's got to keep that up for 12 rounds, though. If he lets it go, if he gets tired, if he fatigues, then Wilder's going to tee off on him, and it's going to be over. That's what Wilder possesses. Wilder has that right hand, and it only takes one. If Wilder gets the knockout, my guess is he's going to be behind on the scorecards when he lands it. I usually pick him whenever he fights someone good. I picked it with Ortiz. I picked it with Gerald Washington. I said when he gets the knockout, he will be behind on the scorecards. That's no different than this fight. I think Fury will box his ears off for the first few rounds, and we'll just see. You'll be on your toes waiting. But we have an American in a heavyweight championship fight that we can hype now. I mean, we haven't had this in a long, long time. Roy Jones Jr. fighting John Ruiz. John Ruiz was a scrub. I don't want to call him a scrub. He was all right. That had some gloss to it because you had, Roy Jones, light heavyweight champ, middleweight champ, challenge for the heavyweight title. I thought Rockman and Lennox Lewis and those two fights, they were pretty good fights. But I mean, it's been a long, long dry spell for American heavyweight boxing, and we got it now. This is going to be a big pay-per-view fight. I'm guessing Wilder and Fury can make a lot of money in this fight with both the UK and the US market. You're going to have the legitimate lineal heavyweight champ of the world. Whoever wins is going to hold that belt. So this is a big fight. I'm into this. We'll get all the details later this week, Shelley Finkel said, and Frank Warren said. We'll get everything this week. It's either going to be November 10th or November 17th. But I'm really into this fight. Let me know what you think. I'm not making an official prediction right now. But we'll get to that. Ever so slightly, I think I'm leaning towards Wilder. I just don't think Fury's back enough. I don't think he's his old self. I think just being a bit slower, which is what having the reflexes and the reaction time just a bit slower is going to get him knocked out in the later rounds. That's not a prediction, and I'll probably change that 100 times. But let me know what you think. Leave your thoughts, comments below. Your not your official predictions, but your initial reaction. Your initial reaction to this fight. Are you into this? Is this a big deal to you? Because I'm super excited about it. And who do you think is going to win? And you're allowed to change your mind. I'm going to change mine over and over again because I think this is a 50-50 fight. I'm not sure who I'm leaning towards. But let me know what you think. On the other side of the scale, the complete other side of the weight spectrum, from the 260-pound heavyweight to the 126-pound Carl Frampton. I thought Carl Frampton put on quite a show yesterday. Now, I know Luke Jackson's a nobody. I get that. I thought Luke Jackson was a relief pitcher for the Atlanta Braves, right? That's the only Luke Jackson I knew. I get that he was completely ordinary, Luke Jackson was, but Frampton looked real sharp in getting the stoppage. He was landing on the button, two-fisted power. I thought he looked real good. He looked real good on his feet. His defense looked good. His offense, his combination punching looked real sharp. This is the best. Frampton's having a real good year. He beat Daenerys going easily in April, and then he beat Luke Jackson just yet last night. if he fights again, I don't know when this Warrington fight's going to take place, but if he dominates Warrington, he's got a legitimate claim for Fighter of the Year. He really does. But to be honest with you, I'm not really into this Josh Warrington fight. Look, you guys can let me know what you think in the comment section below. In a division that has Leo Santa Cruz, Gary Russell Jr., and Oscar Valdez, there are much better fights to be made than Josh Warrington. And no disrespect to Josh Warrington. He's a tough kid. I don't think he'd have any chance in there at all. I think it would be a relatively easy fight for Frampton. Take it an easy shutout, unanimous decision type. He'd win 10, 11, maybe 12 rounds with Josh Warrington. I'm not real hyped for that fight. That certainly looks like next Warrington was there at ringside. They put him in the ring together after the fight. It makes sense. I guess it would be big in the UK. I just think there's better fights to be made. Leo Santa Cruz trilogy would be... The first two are great. Let's do it again. Gary Russell Jr. that would be a real interesting fight. Gary Russell Jr. is one of my personal favorites. He only fights once every year and a half, it seems like. I would love to see Frampton get in the ring with Gary Russell Jr. And if he doesn't do it now, who knows when Gary Russell Jr. is going to fight next. And then just Oscar Valdez too. That would be a fun fight. So look, I'm not complaining about the Warrington fight. I don't have a problem with Frampton taking the fight. It's just I'm not excited for it. I'd rather see him fight Santa Cruz, Valdez, or my personal pick would be Gary Russell Jr. I think that would just be an excellent boxing matchup. High-speed chess, just a really fun, entertaining, highly skilled fight. Maybe those fights wouldn't be as big in the UK, but it's hard to see it. Frampton versus Russell Jr. not selling. Frampton versus Gary Russell Jr. really moves the needle for me. Done on Showtime. It would be a really, really entertaining fight. Let me know what you think. Leave your thoughts, comments below. Do you want to see this Josh Warrington fight? If you're from the UK, I know you probably do. If you're not, if you're from the US, wherever else, does this do anything for you? Are you impressed with Josh Warrington? Because I think Warrington's kind of ordinary. I don't see him putting up much of a challenge with Carl Frampton. But I could be wrong. This could be a great fight. And let me know if Frampton does pick up that victory, he does get another win. Do you think he's got a legitimate claim to Fighter of the Year? If he fights Warrington at the end of the year, does he have a legitimate claim to be a Fighter of the Year? Let us know what you think. Leave your thoughts, comments below on Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder, as well as Carl Frampton. For Sunday Morning Champion, this is 3D Boxing signing off. Thank you, and God bless.
Enjoy 3D Boxing vlog videos? Show us some love by clicking the like button. Don't miss a tweet, post, story, or video. 3dboxingvlog.com is also on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Hit the subscribe button now to stay inside the ring.